Modern medication did not work for me. Modern medication did not work for me. Modern medication did not work for me. Modern medication.
Hey, welcome to Mercytv, your source for news and information on the cannabis issue as it unfolds here in Oregon, across America, and even around the world. Greetings, my name is Perry, and along with PK and our guests Eddie and Donovan, we'll be hosting this segment of Mercytv. Just a minute, this is an action item of Mercy, the Medical Cannabis Resource Center, a nonprofit organization dedicated to assisting people with the cannabis program as they are here in the U.S. and around the world. Yeah, PK.
So, the opening song Henry Turner wrote for us. Modern medication doesn't work for us. Cannabis, you don't have to smoke it. You can make up a healing oil or a tincture or enjoy the flower in many different ways. So people in the hospital, please talk to your doctors and children about using cannabis. There's interesting articles in the OLC paper that you can find at your local dispensaries. Thank you, Perry.
Right on. The Oregon Cannabis Connection is a great source for what's happening, but recipes, grow information, and resources to help with all those and more. Visit OCCnewspapers.com.
Hey, if you're watching it, please get out of the closet and give us a call. We'll try to answer a question or two. Please get out of the closet. The phone number is 503-588-6444. Please call.
Also, jump online and visit us at mercycenters.org. Send us an email, or if you can't find what you're looking for in one of our many pages covering the issue.
Heck yeah, guys. Heck yeah.
All right. We got some information from Ed.
So, yeah, I went to the OLCC class today that they had there in Newport. I learned a few things. I asked them if one thing is can dispensaries give cannabis? Yeah, I don't know if it's in there. Can dispensaries actually give away cannabis? Because we were always told that you couldn't do that. And OLCC said today that you can give away cannabis to medical patients, medical card-holding patients.
Yeah, I remember the long, hard fight for that there.
Right, and it's been crazy ever since, and especially then now as a patient, you can make oils. Where I didn't know it. I always thought you could not make oils or concentrates. Though if you're a patient, right, Donovan?
Yes.
Yes.
Could you tell us a little bit?
As a patient, they said that we can make tinctures, oils, anything except BHO for ourselves. We can't make it for other people, but as a patient, we can make medicine for ourselves.
They also were saying, I think, something about that you can do 20 pounds, right? You can give away 20 pounds, or you can sell your
you can
20
sell
pounds.
up to 20 pounds back to the OLCC dispensaries.
And the one thing that I asked them today, I says, well, what if you produced more than that? What if you had way more cannabis for sales? Can you up that amount? I mean, who set that amount? And OLCC's lady says, well, they set that, or actually not they set the amounts, but our legislators set the amounts.
Right.
So if we want to up the amounts or get out to get more medicine to more patients, then maybe we could call our senators,
right.
our state representatives.
Register and vote.
Yes, for sure register to vote. I voted this year for dang sure.
So in any case, yeah, definitely contact your legislators, PK.
So I just got my driver's license, and now you automatically register to vote
Right.
And
The motor voter
the
law. Yeah.
Yep.
felons can still vote. They didn't lose that right in their long, hard battle.
Nice.
So felons, please register. Well, now you are registered.
Well,
but
if you've gotten your license here in Oregon recently, it's important though, very, very important to make sure that folks out there watching are registered and vote, but more importantly, to make sure everybody they know is registered and voting, and make sure that they get those people to make sure everybody in their circle. And that's how we make sure everybody's, again, not just registered, but getting to the polls. We have to build and reinforce these networks where people are going around and gathering up their neighbors and friends and coworkers,
driving them,
taking them to the polls, making sure we get folks there, and especially the patient community. Those are most affected by these laws or changes to the laws. It's excellent that there's programs for patients to get medicine at low to no costs.
Right.
Especially since the recent laws have just decimated the grower community.
Oh, yes.
Folks, the growers had to
This
drop
guy can tell
their
us.
patients.
Yeah.
And the change was due very much to the same reasons we have prohibition, a pack of lies. It was tons of, first the overgrow of it, and that 90% of it was getting out of state and ending up in the hands of children on the East Coast. The same old reefer madness. And that's what the testimony was and the basis on which they changed these laws here. And so the patients suffer once again because of prohibition here. Yeah, PK.
So the government lied to us when we supposed had 91 passed. They said 3 times we wouldn't touch the medical department.
And that's been.
And I went to my friend Bradley Shipman, and he's a lawyer. He wrote out a testimony. He went and found research that the state was violating the Section 20 of the Oregon Constitution, where it says everybody should be treated equally. I don't believe the patient and grower committee has been treated equally. The growers had to drop out of helping patients.
Oh yeah, there's a handful. I mean, if a guy that grows for just patients, there's a handful of only a handful, and that's from the words of OSCC this morning. Only a handful of dispensaries that can purchase that. And now with the influx and over availability of cannabis, for a guy that's like really trying to. We got a call.
Hello. Caller?
Hello.
Hey there, caller.
Hello, caller.
Hi,
Hello.
welcome to our show. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay.
Excellent.
How you doing?
Good. I was wondering, do you guys have time to answer some questions about the plants?
Sure, that's what we're here for. Got a
we
couple
are.
of grow
And-
people here with us this evening.
And then
Well, if
later
you got-
on,
You know, if you got some plants that are having problems right now, what should you do with them?
Well, it depends on what kind of problems they're having. How do they look? What do they look like?
Well, they're a little bit on the light side.
So they're getting yellowish?
Yeah, it's a little light.
Are they curling? Are they exhibiting any other signs of stress?
do you see spider webs?
They just look a little on the light side. You know,
All right.
a little on the light color.
Well,
Might need a little CalMag nitrate. It'll
They
help.
just aren't healthy.
Little CalMag nitrate might help darken the leaves and bring it back to a healthier state.
CalMag nitrate. Is that what you said?
are you familiar with that? CalMag nitrate? Caller? No? So where would
The local grocery stores, you can just ask for some CalMag nitrate, and there's several brands out there that you can go to.
so is it a liquid, a powder? or is
It's
it-
mostly a liquid, yeah.
Okay. So there's one thing, and how would you add that to the soil or spray it on? Or is
It's
it-
usually added as a
I want to tell them. What's the name of it?
CalMag nitrate.
Cal magnate.
So people write this down. This is important information. But I do my show, my garden, and I use tomato food in my feeding of the plants. And
Some tomato food.
yes,
So I should get some tomato food.
yep.
So the
Okay.
CalMag nitrate, is that a nutrient or?
It's
is it-
a liquid nutrient
I
usually.
see.
Yeah.
Okay,
Comes
so-
comes in different forms.
All right. Well, I sure appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Okay, well,
Thank
thanks
you
for calling
very
in.
much.
Thank you, caller, and please tell your friends.
Right on.
All right.
And have a good
evening.
life, bud.
You too. That was nice. Yeah.
Very nice.
The dosage on that, is it powerful food? I mean, can you burn the plant with it?
You
know, folks have it-
most bottles have directions and they have different dosages for
Okay.
different products.
I
so.
see. Because, yeah, a lot of folks, they hear plant food and they think, oh, I'll just add extra, it's just going to accelerate it or something like
Yeah.
that.
No,
yeah.
No, CalMag nitrate's just a supplement,
Right.
which will help usually darken the leaves and bring some color back to it.
Okay.
Well, it's good to hear someone, out there growing too.
Yeah, we encourage the patients to grow for themselves, but we, have a number of contacts from folks that are in various situations where they can't grow. They're in apartments, particularly Section H, where they can't even medicate, in a care
Right.
facility, hospice care, or hospital itself there, And so that's where it's important we get that information out about the cannabis oils. And when we talk about cannabis oils, it's not the petroleum-based products like BHO or something of that nature, but we believe in the organic solvents, if you will, like your grapeseed oil, your
Extra virgin
olive
oil.
oils, pretty much
Even
the whole.
your vegetable oil.
Right, pretty much of anything organic, that of that nature. You'll see it can be used. Also, the coconut oil, butters, things of that nature too, and you don't even have to cook it. Although it is a faster method or modality that they say than the cold fusion method. Now, when you're cooking it, it's something we want to point out. Folks have a tendency to.
Do we have another caller?
Hello, caller.
So talk about hemp.
Well, in the oils though, if you do decide to boil it, be careful that you don't increase the temperature to try and get it to cook faster.
It's simmer.
You make it a simmer of it because
What's it, 160 that's supposed to be cooked at? So
yeah,
it
just
doesn't
so it's
activates
just
the cannabinoids and
not too much because you end up vaporizing it there on that. But we really want to get the word out on the cold fusion method, where you just take your cannabis, put your oil on top or whatever you're using. You can use glycerin also, although in that case you want your strain underneath though. But if you have your vegetable oils and such, you can just have your container, put your cannabis in, put the oil in, and wait 30 days.
Stir it.
Occasionally giving it a stir, an agitation of some kind, getting a little
You will
mix
probably
in there,
want it
so.
in a dark place too.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't want any
Uh,
light to get
there's
on
there's
it.
the new method that people have been using is rosin, which is just using a press and pressing the oils out
Interesting.
and
Yeah.
being able
Is
to
that
get
with
it out.
heat?
No, yes, they
No.
use heat and pressure.
Oh,
It's
interesting.
like a heat plate, and they press it together under extreme pressure, and it extracts the oils, which is really all the way around good. So
So there's no solvents in it or anything.
solvents.
like
No,
that.
yeah, yeah.
That-
So
using
we
the organic
use
oil
a
base
wine
there,
press to the mash
Mhm.
to get the final. But I just, for my own person, I squeeze it and filter it.
Well, and that's if you're taking out the mash and squeezing it out. You can also, after say 30 days, just drain it out and just use the oil and refill it and just
Yeah.
keep cycling your mash, as it were. A lot of folks do. And
15
again,
years this mash is.
this method is very low risk and having issues. There's no flammables, there's no risk of explosion, there's no smell, there's no none of those things normally associated with making cannabis oil. And so the patients can do themselves. They can even do it in circumstances like hospice care facilities. It's, you know, there's no open flame. There's no, again, fumes. There's no, it's not obtrusive.
I know.
It's not even like vaporizing where the smell could be a factor, you know. And then the patient can consume it, again, without disturbing anyone, very measured, controlled, can use it, taking it internally, use it in cooking, or even applying it topically.
Nice.
You know, and we're finding out some very, great things happening with that application. So,
Can I ask you something, Donovan, please?
Yeah.
Did you hear anything on your site over there today that you could tell the viewers that wouldn't be, per se, common knowledge?
Well, there was a lot of information given out in this class today. If you're an OMMP or a grower, I suggest that you really do take the class. It's free, and it gives out a lot of information. They're really making it hard for the medical growers to get the medicine out there to our patients due to the fact that they're cutting our numbers back. And if you live in the city, you can only grow for 2 people. So a lot of medical patients have actually lost their position with growers due to the OLC changeover. It seems to me that they're cutting our numbers back, and what all that's doing is hurting the patients themselves.
yeah.
We were allowed to grow up to 98 plants last year, and this year we're only allowed to grow up to 48 with multiple growers on a grow site.
So you can have a lot less than you did last
This
year.
is
much less, yeah.
This is on
A number of ways they
agriculture
cut
too.
it, from 4 to 2 here,
They're
and
going
the
to the
numbers
same-
down there, and other ways, and it's all deliberate. It's all a part of a decades-long plan by a certain group of legislators to kill the program.
They
They
also
want to get rid of it.
Question?
Oh, hey,
Hey,
caller.
All right, yeah, go ahead, caller.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out what the counties are doing with the tax dollars that we've been,
That's a
putting
good
into
question.
dispensaries.
I would definitely call your legislature and commissioners and maybe even the city, the mayor, who knows, call around and find out, ask them, where are these dollars going?
Right, and if you don't
Because
like the
we
answer,
don't know.
I would consider voting them out. And if you don't see somebody to replace them, I would consider running for office yourselves there. You know, the
They're all-
folks out there are tired of this crap. So
They're also charging us a lot. The OMMP people, they're also charging us a lot more than the OLCC, which is making it also hard. And then these
Yep.
extra grow site fees, which is $480.
all right, not based on any practical or reality or
And us-
reason. It's meant to drive people out. Yeah.
And us trying, as medical growers, we're trying to pay for this stuff, and we're supposed to be able to make our money back to be able to pay for equipment and lights and make it so that it's
Labor.
feasible for the medical patients. But they're really making it hard by charging us so much. We're almost paying twice as much as the OLCC program for a micro tier 2 program, and it's the same size grow as a medical grow.
Right.
So $4,000 for a medical grow, 1,600 square feet, versus a micro tier 2 grow, which is $2,000 for 1,650 square feet,
So you get
with an
twice as
unlimited
much.
amount of plants, and we're only allowed up to 48 plants in that size of grow, where last year we were allowed up to 98.
So you can just
Do
think
you
of,
know if any of that money is going for research towards the patient and what it's helping? And
maybe you could call, I don't know if OMMP
No,
would know.
I think the number was something like 10% or something like that. And but yeah, it remains to be seen if that's how it actually will be spent. And it's up to, citizens like yourself to make sure it does.
Maybe you could call OMMP at 97. Get your pen out, please. 971. Can we give that out?
Sure, yeah.
971-673-1234. That's the OMMP, the medical marijuana program. Maybe they could guide you in finding out who to ask, where some of these dollars are going.
And they'd be able to tell me if it's been divided up or distributed yet or not, or what it's going towards. And
all that information
should be public.
It should be.
I know. I sure like to see it go to our schools.
Yes.
Education.
Yeah, that's what we voted for. A lot of it going to help.
Right.
It'd be nice to see research as well.
Well.
Yes, I will do that. Thank
all right.
you.
Very good.
Did you get that number, caller?
Yeah, 971-673-1234.
You got it. You got it.
Right on.
Heck
And
yeah.
I hope the rest of you viewers have written that number down. And please call them.
Call our
Call your legislature.
Yeah, you guys are giving out great news. Thank you so much for being there.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Education.
Thank you for tuning in, and please tell your friends.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Thanks for calling.
Do
Do you have any more questions?
Spread the word.
Okay.
Oh, and here is a website, bit.do/cannabis ODA. That's bit.do/cannabis ODA.
Yes, there we go. And
For
there's
the-
Sonny Jones, Cannabis Policy Coordinator.
Okay. 503-986-4565. That, along with the answers to many of these questions, can be found at the OMMP website as well as the OLCC sites, I should say, because they've got a number of web pages with various groupings of information there. We try to keep a list of these at our website, mercycenters.org. Give it a visit. If you don't find what you're looking for, send us an email and we'll send you a link to the stuff.
Yeah.
So, Eddie, you got some programs going on the coast. You're trying to get do the outreach, let people know the resources that are available to them out there.
As far as homeless people coming into town, people with there's one lady. Oh gosh, she came in. She says, Eddie, I can't even afford to get my medical marijuana license. Can't pay that money because of the money that I'm paying on my house. She was like a senior citizen, and all I could do is give her OMMP's number and tell her, steer her, let her know, are you a veteran?
Right. Yeah.
Because if you're a veteran, it's $20. You can go just to your regular doctor and have them sign the papers.
Yeah. There's a gray area that still exists even with the law, the recreational cannabis law in place, and that's one citizen giving cannabis to another.
And I've asked the police. I said
that's a thing. One of the benefits of
get in
being a
trouble.
patient, there's a 24-ounce limitation on networking medicine to adult or card holders. Really.
Well, if you're a card holder, isn't it? Can I ask you, Donovan? If you're a card holder, can you have your caregiver say you have 24 ounces, pound and a half, and then they hold on to that much for you? I heard that a while ago.
Your grower is allowed to hold on to a lot more than that for you. The grower is only allowed to give their patients up to a pound and a half.
Now, is that all through the grow cycle? Is that once a month? Is that?
That was kind of unclear to me at the class today. Okay. I meant to ask that, and it kind of slipped my mind.
Yeah, I believe that they've tried to put some limitations on that within a certain time frame, and you'll see this. Some of the other states in their medical cannabis laws, you can have so much within a certain time frame. That was not clearly defined in the OMA initially.
One thing I did hear is that they're only going to take applications up until like January, and then they're going to anything after that, as far as new licensees for I think it's
This is for the alcohol people.
OLCC and OMMP, yeah. Or I was on the OLCC side, the recreational side, but they said that you could. I lost train of thought. That you could help me out here.
They're not going to set applications for the alcohol side of the cannabis.
Oh, right. That's right. Now I remember that they're going to have to start stockpiling, stacking licenses because they said they thought they were going to get 800 or so many licenses. They got like 1,500 licenses, and they're like, and then they're talking about these big grows. They're like, you know, they want to grow these 5-tier like big grows. They're like, well, as inspectors, we can only inspect so much. Yeah, I like that. Cannabis resource. What is that? Mercycenter.org.
Yeah.
That's us.
Hey, folks, now we're going to take a second and remember the people before us. Grandma Janet, you hear her voice wishing you goodbye. We have George, we have Sonny, we have other people that have been with the Mercy Center. We need your help. Please call the office, 503-363-4588, and our website, there, old Perry.
Mercycenters.org. Right. So, and again, we don't want to forget about Parents for Pot. If you're wanting to know about how to talk to your kids about your medical cannabis or recreational use, if there's situations you're getting visits from the child services or threats from your apartment landlord, contact Parents for Pot. They have resources, they have information, more importantly, they have networks. They have other folks that have gone through this and can share the experience with you. Parentsforpot.org, or again, stop at Mercy Center where we list all these great sites, mercycenters.org.
People in the hospital, talk to your doctors about cannabis oils and tinctures. Talk to your children about this also. Cannabis is ancient healing medicine. Please, don't be scared.
It's a beautiful healing, beautiful plant.
Cannabis is medicine. It's safe, effective medicine, and people should have access to it. And even if you're not a medical cannabis user or know somebody who is, you're paying for this war. It's a great waste, and past time we ended it, folks. So register, vote, and get everybody you know to do so also. Vote smart. Contact your representatives and spread the word.
Cannabis provides relief.
Okay, well, thanks to Eddie and Donovan for helping us out here with the show, bringing us this great information from the class. And may you grow in your knowledge and spreading of that knowledge there. Good luck to you guys.
May the grow be with you.
Exactly.
Oh, yes, yes.
And folks, stay tuned here to Channel 23 for PK's My Garden.
Yeah. And remember, next week we'll have Barbara Bush on.
All right.
No show next week.
Oh, no show next week?
Oh, yeah, that's right. So
Congratulations for you, high school.
We'll replay this one.
People.
In the meantime, thanks to our folks helping out in the control room, and big thanks to CCTV for having us on. See you next time here on Mercy TV.
Thank you all for watching. Go safe.
You want to say anything before I turn it off, Glenn?
Yes, good night.
Good night. God bless you all, every single one of you.